Welcome to Tim's Antique Trains. The other day I was out exploring and I thought you might like to see it. Come on with me, we'll take a look. Not long ago I was cruising around the internet and came across another YouTuber's video of this locomotive, and I thought I would go find it myself, as I was able to find the location is actually really close to where I work. So I drove over there and here it is. Unfortunately, I have to look through the chain link fence, but we'll get as best a view as we can. So we're going to start here in the back by the tender. So there's a good view of one of the tender trucks. This is a Soo Line locomotive. Let's move a little bit forward here, and we'll take a look. So there's underneath the tender, looks like some of the brake assembly. Lots of sheet metal and lots of rivets, I can see that. There's the front truck. Nice sunny afternoon, a little bit of glare though. Here's a good view between the tender and the cab. There's the steps and some brake hose linkage, drawbar. Here's the rear locomotive truck. Look at all those springs. That's a lot of steel right there. And the boiler, the firebox, I mean. The windows have been covered up with plastic that turned yellow in the sun. Here we move on to the drivers. That'd be on the engineer side, driver side, engineer side technically. So the outside wheels are spoked. It's interesting, and the middle one is more of a cast look. It's got a bigger weight on it. The middle one is where the driver is attached to the pistons. Up above is the air tank for the air brakes and air system. Here's the cylinders and the front truck as well. So this is a 462 configuration. Looking up at the top of the boiler, there's the bell and one of the domes. We'll move around here to the front of the engine. There's the cow catcher. It would catch cows that got on the tracks. Number 736, and the headlight is also quite fogged from the sun beating on it all these years. So you can see the front coupler assembly and the linkage that is used to uncouple it. So if you pull up on the lever on either side, it'll actually pull the pin out and then it'll pop the coupler open. Kind of neat. Here's the front of the boiler, the steam chest, the frame that holds up the boiler on the front. Here's a nice close-up of the logo and the headlight. Alright, we're moving on to the fireman's side. Again, looking at the drivers and the side rods, the pistons and the cylinders. The outside sheathing on that is a little bit rusted over the cylinder casing. It's been well maintained, at least they keep it painted. For a locomotive that just sits. You can see the brake shoes that are sitting by the drive wheels. And then there's a little bit of a view of the air compressor. Some more rust, I can see that. And there's the rear truck, better shot of the rear truck, and then there's the spring. Some more rusted out spots. Looks like a relief valve or a drain for the firebox. Look at all those rivets. Well, here, let's look at the air pump again. There's the side of the firebox looking up toward the top of it, up to around the boiler. In the side of the cab, the fireman's side. Again, another view of the between the tender and the locomotive. looking up into the cab, you can kind of see. Maybe we'll zoom in a minute here. The cab's got the old car siding type wood. Actually, hang on a second. Let's back up for a second. So this locomotive actually has a stoker. You can see it. It's the top tube there, kind of between the engine and the tender. The bottom one is the linkage, that the drawbar. So the cab is all closed off. There's a bird nest in there. I actually hadn't noticed that previously. We'll take a little bit of a quick look at the sign here. Steam locomotive donated to City of Appleton by the Soo Line Railroad in 1959. It's unfortunate that there's a fence around there, but obviously it's for safety reasons. Pacific type engine, built in 1913 by Alco. $24,000 for a steam engine. That's a good, not a bad price. Almost 500,000 pounds. Holds 12,000 gallons of water and 17.5 tons of coal. So this is a passenger engine. It could go over 100 miles an hour. Pretty good. Alright, we're back around to the back of the tender. Alright, so we're back on right about where we started here. Let's see if we can get in. No, it's locked. But my camera can go in just a little bit. Nice and windy today. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching.